Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
If you were offered $1 billion just to eat only one food for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Pizza. Breakfast pizza, dessert pizza, pizza. It can do it all. Musical note: pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time. When pizza's on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime. Musical note. Sandwiches. Pretty good variety there. A nice MLT, mutton, lettuce, and tomato sandwich, where the mutton is nice and lean and the tomatoes are ripe. Perfect for storming the castle. Tacos. This is the only answer. I can make like 20 different variations of a taco, but it's still a taco lol. Cooks entire hibachi dinner and puts it onto one giant hard taco shell. I feel like this is kinda dodging the question. I can make lentils a 100 different ways too. Same with pasta, ramen, sandwiches. At that point you can just say chicken and also have many different varieties. For me the question is actually the same dish, same ingredients, same cooking method, otherwise it's kinda pointless. Potatoes. Boil, mash, stick, in a stew. It's the only food with enough subclasses to keep my taste buds from hitting a 404 error. My grandmother has been training me for this $1 billion challenge since I was 5. I did keto for like a month a few years back. I lost hella weight, about 20 pounds in that month, but damn, I was ready to murder someone for a potato. Tears of joy. When I first became diabetic, I remember reading that a baked potato was worse for you than a Snickers bar, and I was like, damn, because I'd prefer the baked potato. Burrito. You can throw practically anything in a tortilla and make it a burrito. Also, even if it had to always be the same ingredients, you can get a lot of different stuff in a burrito. The problem with most of the answers here is you would probably die from obesity or lack of nutrition. You can fit a balanced and healthy meal in a burrito. Salad. It's a cheat because you can put anything on a salad: bread, potatoes, meat, fish, pasta, fruit. Egg salad, potato salad, tuna salad, pasta salad. Just depends on the fine print lol. If I could have only one food to eat for the rest of my life. That's easy. Pez. Cherry flavor Pez. No question about it. Quote, Verno, oh come on guys, I forgot the secret knock. Removed. Surprised I had to scroll this far. Sushi would be my choice here. Whatever is nutritious enough to keep me healthy and alive. Every time I read about some person only eating X for Y years, they have fucked their body over. I think there was one girl who died from only eating chicken nuggets. Edit, she didn't die. https://www.cbsnews.com/news/british-teen-stacy-irvin-hospitalized-after-eating-nothing-but-chicken-nuggets-for-15 This is why burrito is the superior food, as anything can be a burrito once wrapped. At my house we play, will it burrito? Which is taking whatever is in the fridge and trying to make an edible burrito or taco. Ops mom, got eam. Soup. I can't believe this isn't higher. Ramen, pho, chowder, chili, hot pot, chicken. You can pretty much pour anything into a bowl and call it soup. I'd like a steak. Greater than please make me a ramen with sliced steak on top. I'd like chicken nuggets. Greater than can you just make me a chicken and corn chowder and throw some nugs on top. I'd like pasta. Greater than can you whip me up a batch of tortellini soup. Cold cereal is also soup. I feel like all the answers are going against the spirit of the question by naming categories of food instead of the same exact dish. But as long as we're cheating, this is what I'd go with. I'm gonna be the weirdo here and say that I wouldn't take the money, because no amount of money is enough to deprive myself of the joy of life that is variety of food. 100% this, I'm sorry, but the whole point of having money is to not be miserable, and being stuck to one kind of food forever would make me hilariously depressed. Yeah, this is actually a tough decision for me. What is life without eating food? When I travel I don't sightsee, I eat. Even if you broaden it to one category like Chinese or Asian, that's not broad enough tbh. I had to scroll down entirely too far to arrive at the one sensible answer. Man, what are we living for? Getting to eat all the foods we enjoy is one of life's pleasures, and what would I do with that money anyhow? I got enough for a roof over my head and the food I want to eat, and everything above that absolutely is not worth depriving myself of all but one food. Chicken biryani. I once ate chicken biryani for lunch and dinner for 2 weeks. The very next day I was craving it again. I don't think I can ever get tired of it. I ate biryani every day for 1 month straight. Each day, I would get biryani from a different restaurant lol, and after a month, there was still a few more restaurants to try. Just couldn't get enough of it. Elite ball knowledge. More specifically Hyderabad chicken biryani. I prefer goat, but chicken is fine. Best savory dish IMO. Pasta, same answer, different sauces, add-ons, etc. I was thinking the same. You have hundreds of pasta recipes which all are delicious. How about something that sustains me for more than a couple months? Prob something with eggs, citrus fruits and spinach then. Go with omelette. Make them sweet or savory. Certain variations of Korean bibimbap come close. Ribeye steak. Username, checks out. Chinese buffet. Only if it's succulent. Cheeseburgers. It's Randy. Motherfuckers with guts like that ain't off the cheeseburgers. Motherfuckers with guts like that definitely are on the cheeseburgers. Soylent. Sounds tasty, what's it made of? Soylent Green is people! Exclamation mark. Taste strongly depends on the person. Pizza. Good balance of carbs, proteins and fats. Can be eaten any time of day and doesn't feel awkward. Is quite tasty both hot or cold, or even just room temp. Hopefully different topping combos are permitted, if not I'd go with Supreme and call it a day. Good balance of carbs, proteins and fats. Not really lol. Sushi. This was immediately my answer. Sushi gang rise up. Loaded baked potato with brisket, bacon, olives, and butter. You'll have a long and healthy life to enjoy that $1 billion. I would literally eat $1 billion for $1 billion. Could you? Large bills, please. He's hungry. I would deny the $1 billion. Have you guys ever tried eating the same thing every day? It literally becomes poison to your system and your taste buds after a couple weeks. You'd suffer for the rest of your life. Laughs neurodivergently. Have you? And if so, what did you eat? I'm not quite sure I believe that anything would literally become poison if you kept eating it every day. I lived a period of my life where I could only afford one food for quite a few years. I can do it. As others pointed out, you just need to pick something with varieties. I didn't have varieties during that period of my life, so this would be better. Having to buy, prepare and eat 3 meals a day feels like such a chore after a while. I would happily survive on Soylent Green pills for the rest of my life for $1 billion. I was watching a documentary about a female bodybuilder once. She literally ate the same meal every day, which was designed to help her bulk up and recover. It was basically like how a dog eats. Same food, every day. Quite sad if you were a food lover, but TBF her physique was pretty incredible, while clearly still injecting even if she denied it. If we're going loophole version, then pizza has the most potential for varieties, I think. If we disallow the loophole, and whatever food you choose has to be the same each time, then my answer is my mama's lasagna. I love that stuff so much. Chicken, pretty diverse, nugget, boiled, marinated or even the restaurant. At that point you've just named an ingredient. Lunchables pizza, but the old one that used to have the little red spreading stick for the sauce, the good old days. A fully loaded salad, with veggies, whole grains and protein like nuts and chickpeas. Almost anything else and you're probably going to die early of heart disease. Barbacoa tacos with onions, cilantro and salsa verde. Or maybe al pasta. The Survivor television show, people were able to pick the one thing to eat. Each time, they voted for rice. That's to not die. I would also like to not die after receiving my billions dollars. I'd turn down the offer. Being able to eat a variety of tasty foods is one of life's joys. While it's an enormous amount of money that would of course be life-changing generational wealth, oddly that's still not worth it, and no amount of money would make it worth it. Same. The prospect of having gazillions of money would be the ability to travel first-class luxury anywhere in the world whenever you liked. And for me, one of the best things about travel is enjoying different cuisines and delicious things. I think I'd only do it if I desperately needed a few million for treatment that was going to save a life. Pork or veggie ramen with all the toppings. Enough variety of ingredients and nutrients to sustain for many years, and could add or remove toppings to change the profile. Cream of some young guy. Cheese, but I'd never poop again. Medium rare filet mignon. Eggs, I can cook them and season them lots of different ways. I can eat eggs like once a week. I get sick of them so fast. Steak. Pizza, you can stretch it in your head as variety and not go insane by week 2. Chinese takeout, that's cheating as it's a whole cuisine, not just a single food. Pizza. Chicken plus broccoli plus rice. Pho. I know a billionaire that picked McDonald's. Pho all day every day. Pizza, and I'd do it for far less than $1 billion. Can I choose sandwiches? Foods between pieces of bread. That way I can eat normal sandwiches, hot dogs, burritos, gyros, etc. If I want pizza, I could get 2 of them and make a pizza sandwich. For dessert, ice cream sandwiches. Potatoes. Boil, M, mash, M, stick, M in a stew. I'd probably pick pizza, just because you can change it up so much it almost feels like cheating. Different toppings, sauces, styles, you wouldn't get bored as fast as anything else. That is indeed cheating. Pick one pizza and stick with it. That's why it's cheating. Otherwise I'm picking rice and adding whatever I want whenever I want, and that's way more versatile than pizza ever was. Well, there's no way I could do it after I get the billion. But I choose a sandwich with butter and cheese. Fuel lol. I will not know taste. A big Mexican platter, nachos, guacamole, freeze chicken and vegetables. And fruit side dish. That way if I get sick of something I can only eat part of the platter. I guess I'd offer some nutritional experts a few mil to advise me on what to choose for a healthy life, and hope that all the crazy fetish shit I could afford to do would distract me from not getting to enjoy salt and cheese anymore.